everyone. Welcome to Rocky Railway. We are so excited that you are riding the rails with us this year at Vacation Bible School. Even though it's going to look a little bit different and feel a little bit different, things really have went off track this year, haven't they? Schools were closed. Your parents became your teachers. You couldn't see friends. Life kind of really went wacky, didn't it? Yeah. We are so grateful though, even though we're missing you and your faces and your smiles and your excitement and hearing your laughter as you feel the sanctuary. We are missing you so much, but we are so grateful for this opportunity that we have to share this year's Vacation Bible School from Pittsburgh United Methodist Church right here with you at home this morning. We have a really fun week ahead. I want you guys to imagine what it would be like to be on a steam engine traveling across the Rocky Mountains and looking at all the beautiful trees and hills and animals this morning. You know, a long time ago, trains were the only way that people could get around. It was the only way that they could go really far distances and up over big, tall hills. But not many people use steam trains anymore, steam engines. Did you know that? You know, steam trains get their power from a steam engine. And imagine a steam engine is a little bit like this tea kettle. When the water inside of this tea kettle boils, it pushes steam out through this little hole and it makes a really loud whistle. Have you ever heard one of these boil water? We'll have to do that later, but it's really cool. You know, inventors figured out a way to capture this steam and turn it into power, and enough power for a steam train to pull thousands and thousands of pounds of cargo up and over the tall mountain. Isn't that crazy? It's incredible, right? And this week, we're going to learn to trust Jesus and to use his power in no matter what situations we're facing, and that with the power of Jesus that we can face anything that comes our way. This week, we're going to discover a really special kind of power that we have right here inside of us. What power do you think that is?
God's power.
God's power, the power of Jesus. It's right here inside of us, and it helps us do some really important things. Now, what do you think about when you hear the word power? Maybe you think about superheroes because they have some really cool superpowers, right? What kind of superpowers do you think about?
Superheroes?
Yeah, what kind of superpowers do you think about when you think about superheroes?
Black Panther.
Flying?
Black Panther.
What does Black Panther do?
He has like claws that can stick into anything, even glass.
No way.
Even glass.
No way. Those are some really cool superpowers. Well, maybe when you think of the word power, maybe, just maybe, you think of someone who's really strong and has
like
really...
Hulk.
Yeah, who has really strong muscles. I want to see your best Hulk pose. Can you show me your best Hulk pose? Strong muscles and superpower are things that we normally think about when we talk about power. But this week, we're going to learn that God has more power than either of those things. God has the power to create mountains and oceans. He has the power to love, to heal, to forgive, to comfort, to help us cope. God's love is more powerful than even death. You know, Jesus is God's son, and Jesus has all that power too. And this week, we're going to learn each day a Bible point that helps us remember a truth about Jesus and just how powerful his love for us really is. Because Jesus' power helps us do hard things. That is day one's Bible point. Can you guys help me say that again? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. We need to hang on to Jesus' power to pull us through when things get really tough. Do you know in the Bible, it tells us in Philippians 4:13, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength." Christ is another name for Jesus. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Jesus' power pulls us through no matter what we're facing. This week, all week long, we get to meet our Bible buddies. Do you remember about the Bible buddies?
The animals?
The animals, yes. Each day we're going to meet an animal from the Rocky Mountains that are going to help us remember our Bible point for the day. Who do you think we're going to meet today?
Savannah?
No, that was last year. No. We're going to meet a really cool animal today called Ramsay. All right, you ready to meet him? Let's take a look.
Hey there, friends! Glad you're all on board for a rambunctious week of faith and fun at Rocky Railway. I'm Ramsay, a bighorn sheep. Can you guess why? Okay, that was too easy. Check out these cool, curvy horns God gave me. Ram's horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's as much as some of our littlest preschool buddies. Wow! My horns have to be tough because we male sheep use them to keep other rams out of our territory. People who study rams say we can run into each other at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Bam! You can hear that sound for miles. Me and my herd hang out all over the majestic, massive Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains rock! If you head up to find me, strap on your hiking boots. Sometimes my herd grazes in an alpine meadow. 'Cause that's where the good stuff is. Wow, good! But the meadow makes us an easy target for predators, so we also like to climb way up those crazy cliffs. We sheep like it steep. Me and my family can hang out on a little teeny tiny ledge that's only a few inches wide. Animals like bears or coyotes can't bother us here. Whew! And check out the view! God made us just right for staying safe in those hard, rocky places. My hooves are split and have a rough skin on the bottom that grips tight to the rugged rocks. Plus, I've got excellent eyesight. No glasses for me. It may sound like climbing these cliffs and balancing on jagged ledges is hard to do, but God has given me everything I need to live here. Fine food and my family safe. I've heard that you sometimes have to do hard things too. When there's a bully at school, maybe you feel like you're in a rough, rocky place. You may not be balanced on a cliff ledge like me, but maybe you have to balance homework, chores, sports, music, and friendships. That sounds hard. Maybe coming here today and making new friends even feels like a hard thing for you. But did you know you don't face those hard things alone? No way! Jesus is right beside you. Yep, even right now. He gives you His power to climb through those mountains of worry and get through any rough stuff you gotta do. The Bible powers you up with this truth. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That means you don't have to have your own power to do hard things. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
Well, I know you guys at home are ready to get started and see what fun we have in store for you today. But before we begin, can you guys join me in prayer? Can you join me in prayer at home too? All right, let's bow our heads. Dear God,
Dear God, dear God.
thank you for the power of Jesus.
Thank you for the power of Jesus.
Help us to remember
Help us to remember
that His power
that His power
can help us every day
that can help us every day
and pull us through
and pull us through
no matter what we are facing.
no matter what we are facing.
I love you.
I love you.
Amen.
Amen.
Let's get day one started. Ready? All aboard! Chugga, 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 chugga.
Yeah, man, these bags are heavy. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Could I buy a ticket?
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't heard?
Heard what?
Well, because of the big storm last night, a lot of rocks fell on the tracks. We won't be able to move this train until all the rocks are cleared off. All of these people were supposed to leave today, too.
Oh, no. Last night I woke up in the middle of the night and heard a loud noise, but I had no idea so many rocks had fallen on the track. My friends and I were supposed to take a trip around the mountain this week. Do you have any idea how long it'll take to get the rocks cleared?
No, I have no idea. Meredith and her crew were just going up the mountain to look at the damage. Oh, look, there she is now.
Good morning, I'm Katie. I was just asking Maggie how long you'll think to get all the rocks off the track. My friends and I were all set to take an adventure this morning, but now things have kind of gotten off track.
Oh, I don't know. There's a ton of rocks on the track that fell. It's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of manpower to get all these rocks moved off of the track.
So maybe tomorrow the train will be up and running?
There's no way. We have rocks covering the tracks for miles. Even if my crew work all day, there's no way we're gonna get it done by tomorrow or even the end of the week. There's just no way to get the work done.
Oh no.
Well, I promise you we're gonna work our best and have it up and running as soon as we can.
Thanks. Well, in the meantime, if you need more help, we could come and help you.
What? Are you sure? It's not gonna be easy. These rocks are really heavy and really hard to move.
I understand, but maybe if we work together, it'll be easier to do. You know, we were just learning that today. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
You're right. With the help of you and your friends and with the help of Jesus, we can work together and get the job done. You know, train crews have really challenging jobs full of hard things that they have to do, like on this list I have here. Every day we haul cargo, we keep passengers safe, fix broken trains, make sure trains arrive at their destinations on time, and even sometimes have to haul heavy rocks off the tracks. One of my favorite Bible verses that I remember during times that are hard comes from Philippians 4:13. It says, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength."
I love that verse too.
That verse reminds me that no matter what we are facing, we are not alone, and Jesus is always there with us. Maybe you and your friends will get to go on an adventure, just not by train, by foot.
Yeah, that would be an adventure for sure.
Well, one thing I know we'll see as we go up the mountain is a herd of rams. They're always there when we take a trip up the mountain. Oh yeah, the herd will for sure be out this morning. I think they're one of the coolest animals of the Rocky Mountains. I even named one, Ramsay. Get it? Ramsay, you get it?
Well, that's cool. I don't really know that much about rams or how to fix a railroad track, so I know I'm definitely gonna learn a lot today.
Well, we have a lot of work to do, so we better get to it.
Okay, sounds great. Let me put my bags down and I'll get to it.
Awesome, thanks. All right, I'll go grab the tools.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You
Welcome to Imagination Station. I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to see what incredible things we'll discover about Jesus' power this week. We're going to have so much fun together. But before we get started, I need to ask you something. Who brought their imagination today? I was worried you might forget your imagination since this is the first day of VBS. So I was talking to my friend Ramsay. I think you met my friend Ramsay earlier, right? Well, Ramsay is a bighorn sheep, and he told me that him and his friends love living in the Rocky Mountains. The mountains are so beautiful, and the scenery is so spectacular. But Ramsay said that sometimes it's kind of hard to live in the mountains, especially in the winter when it snows. That's when Ramsay's sure-footed feet come in handy. Ramsay's feet help him do hard things, like walk on slippery, snowy mountains. Even when it snows, Ramsay knows that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. There, that's better. I think your imaginations are up and running now. And that's a good thing, because each day at Imagination Station, you'll get to be part of fun activities and experiments that help us discover more about Jesus' power. And you'll get to play with an awesome, science-y, fun gizmo every day. We'll get to our first activity in a minute. But first, I have another question for you. How long do you think it takes a baby bighorn sheep to be able to walk and climb as well as its mother? Does it take 6 weeks or 1 day? Think about that and decide on your answer. Okay, I need a loud drum roll before I reveal the answer. Make a drum roll with me. And the answer is, a baby bighorn can walk and climb as well as its mother within just 1 day. Imagine that. Let's get back on track. Grab some paper and a marker to make your own train tracks. Draw a train track from one end of the paper to the other. You can draw mountains and trees, streams if you want, and curve it through the Rocky Mountains. You can even add fun stickers if you have some. I'll give you a moment. Have fun. Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. You know, sometimes we all have to do hard things, and we may not understand why. We may not be able to control what's happening. Our lives seem to be going in all different directions. Let's see what that's like. This is my off-rail roller. Go ahead and grab your off-rail roller pieces, and I'll lead you through how to put it together. To assemble your off-rail roller, first lay out all of the pieces. You should have 2 black circular pieces. One has a flat side. The other has a bump in the middle. You'll have 2 straws, a long straw and a short straw, a rubber band, and a paper clip from home. The first step is to thread the rubber band through the paper clip. This paper clip is going to act as a needle. It should look like this. Take the black piece with the bump on the outside and using the paper clip, thread the rubber band through the hole. You should have the rubber band coming out one side and a paper clip coming out the other. Grab your large straw and pull it through the rubber band. Using the paper clip, pull until the straw is flat against the outside and stays in place. Then take the other black piece, the flat circle. Use the paper clip to thread again through the hole. Push the 2 black pieces together until they snap in the middle. Then pull the paper clip and the rubber band apart. Be sure to keep one finger in the rubber band so you can thread the short straw. When you're finished, it should look just like this: a long straw on the side with a bump and a short straw on the flat side. Now pick up your off-rail roller, holding the short side in your hand, wind the long straw. Do it several times. The more you wind it, the longer it will go. And we're off the rails. Take a few minutes and experiment with your off-rail roller. You might want to try it on some different surfaces. You could even try to keep it on your paper track. After a few minutes, you'll hear the train whistle when it's time to come back. Have fun! soft rail roller and put it inside a baggie. If you happen to have a Try This at Home sticker, it will help you remember today's Bible point, that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you back again next time at Imagination Station.
Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
God often asks his followers to do hard things. Abraham was going to sacrifice his son. Mary bore Jesus. Ananias had a terrifying job of reaching out to Saul. You've got to remember that Saul hated the early church. He arrested Christians, put them in prison, and Christians ran away from Saul, not towards him. Jesus still asks his followers to do hard things. It's hard to forgive when someone hurts your feelings. It's also, kids know how tough it is to make new friends, to be nice to someone who's unpopular and learn a new skill at school, reach out to someone who's lonely. We can trust Jesus' power to tackle very hard things. When people come to visit me, I usually want them to feel comfortable. One way that happens is people to get to know each other. Maybe we could talk about some things that are hard or some things that are easy. For me, I'm really good at a lot of things. I'm really good at basketball. I can dribble really well. So, watch, I'll show you. So let's watch me dribble. Okay, I'm not so good at that. But I'm really good at playing guitar. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the sky is not cloudy all day. Maybe I'm not so good. I'm really not so good at a lot of things. Maybe it's hard for you to dribble a basketball, but it might be easy for you to do math or some other thing that might be easy or hard. It just kind of depends. Some kids are good at math. Some kids are good at sports. Some kids are good at music. Some people like me are not good at any of those things. We all have hard things that are hard for us to do. Jobs that seem too big or stuff that seems too complicated even to try. When you run into something like that, remember, Jesus' power helps us do hard things. I can't remember a time when I had something really hard to do. It was when I was... Ananias. are you doing?
I'm hiding. What does it look like I'm doing?
Hiding from who?
From everyone.
Well, that's not going to work. Tell me what's going on. And by the way, this is my friend Ananias. Ananias, these are my new friends.
Hi, people I don't know in my friend's house.
So why exactly are you hiding?
Well, it's Saul. He's here in Damascus to arrest anyone who loves Jesus. And I love Jesus. Well, he's thrown a lot of Jesus' friends into prison. And he's here in Damascus.
So you haven't heard the good news?
You mean about how Jesus appeared to Saul?
Yeah.
And how a bright light shone around Saul,
Yeah.
and Saul heard Jesus' voice?
That's right.
And then Saul fell on the ground?
Right.
And how then he was blind?
Yep.
And how his buddies led him here to Damascus?
Right.
Yeah, I heard all that.
So why are you hiding? Why are you wearing that silly mustache?
Well, it was a disguise.
Well, it's not working.
Ouch. Thanks. Now you've blown my cover.
Well, wow. So, tell me about why you are told to go there.
Well, God came to me in a vision this morning
Right.
and told me I should go to Straight Street.
Gotcha.
And when I got there, to ask for a man from Tarsus named Saul.
Okay.
And then I should place my hands on Saul and pray for him so that Saul will be able to see again.
Wow, that's great. So why are you here instead of doing what God asked you to do?
Because when Saul is able to see, guess what he's going to do to me? Saul arrests Christians and throws them into jail. He throws rocks like this at them. He also takes Christians and locks them up in chains. And I'm not sure what he'd do with this,
Oh, yeah,
but I
that's
don't want
mine.
to find out.
Yeah.
Why has God asked me to do such a hard thing?
Maybe my new friends here know something that you should know, that Jesus' power helps us to do hard things.
Okay, but this is a really hard thing, a super hard thing. I'm afraid, and I'm not sure I can do it. Have you ever had something hard to do and you weren't sure you could do it?
I have, and my friends have too. We were just talking about it. It's easy to talk about trusting Jesus, but what does it really feel like to trust him? Let's try something. Ananias, come on over here.
What are you going to do to me?
We're just going to play a little game about trust. And what I want you to do is I want you to stand straight and hard. Put your arms out. Okay? Stiff and hard. Put your arms out and lean backwards, and I'm going to catch you. Okay? So on the count of 3. Okay? 1, 2. What? That's a squirrel over there. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So trust me. We'll do this on the count of 3. Okay?
You're going to kill me.
We'll do. All right. So 1, 2. Is that my phone? Well, phones haven't been invented yet. That's okay. This time for sure. Okay. Ready? Set. 1, 2, 3. Lean back. I got you.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about things that you find hard to do, like math or somersaults. Maybe there's something hard happening in your life right now. Maybe you're worried about going to a new school, or if you had a fight with a friend and you wonder if they're ever going to be friends again, or moving. What would it be like to move? That would be scary. One of the things that's scary in my life that's going right now is the COVID-19 that's going on. Everybody's all scared about it and hiding at home, and we all could get sick. So everybody goes through hard times. So Ananias, now that you know what God has asked you to do, and you know you're not alone, that we all have to do hard things, and you know that Jesus' power helps us to do hard things, now all that's left for you to do is go and do what you need to do. You ready?
Yes.
Would you feel better if I pray for you?
Yes.
Prayer is just talking to God, and I can talk to God and ask him to give you courage. God, give Ananias courage as he goes to meet Saul. Thank God that when we have to face hard things, we don't have to face them alone. Okay? Go to it, Tiger. Maybe we'll find out how that turns out for Ananias. Maybe he'll stop by later and tell us. So what we just did for Ananias, you can do for people you know. that are going through hard times. You can ask God to help them do those hard things. Okay, thanks for visiting me today, everybody, and I hope we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, guess what?
Wait, that's Ananias.
Yeah, it's me. Wait.
I heard you were too afraid to see Paul.
Well, I just came back from seeing Paul.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, I found the house and went in,
Okay,
and there was Saul.
okay, and
He hadn't eaten for 3 days, but he was still scary.
so what happened?
Well, I said, Brother Saul, the Lord Jesus who appeared to you on the road sent me so that you can get your sight back and be filled
Okay.
with the Holy Spirit.
Okay,
I put my hands on his shoulders like this, and bam, these weird, scaly things fell off his eyes, and he could see again.
that's incredible.
I know. Then he was baptized and had something to eat. And I came here to let you all know how it turned out.
That's incredible. It sounds like God has some big plans for Saul.
Just like he has big plans for everyone here. And we can do it too, because Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Guess
Well, I have to run. Thanks for your help, friends.
I guess you won't need this anymore.
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Welcome, travelers. I am so excited to be back here in KidVid with you all this year. This year, you get to kick back and we get to meet 5 kids who are trusting Jesus' power through life's ups and downs. I'm so excited for you all to get to meet these kids.
Today, we get to meet Dominic and hear his story of how Jesus' power pulls him through something really hard in his life, because we're learning today that Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Choo-choo!
Chugga, 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 chugga.
My name is Dominic, and I'm almost 11 years old.
Dominic lives with his mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa. He enjoys all kinds of hobbies, but one is his favorite.
I like to build things. I also like karate a lot. I love karate because I get to really express myself and I get to have fun. And I also get to build character and build physical strength.
Learning karate is hard work. Dominic practices up to 3 times a week. Plus, he practices at home with his dad.
The hardest thing about karate is definitely a lot of push-ups, leg lifts, sit-ups.
Dominic knows that he needs to trust Jesus when things get hard.
There was this board breaking thing, and I saw all the other kids break it with their palm. Right here. Boom. Just didn't work out for me.
Dominic failed to break the board with his hand, but he didn't give up. He continued to train, and he asked Jesus to help him.
And I said, I'm gonna break this board. It's an obstacle in my way, and let me push through it. And I broke it.
Another part of karate is taking tests to earn new belts. Each belt color represents a new level. Earning a new belt is hard.
I was very discouraged on the first day because I was afraid I wasn't going to pass, and that's what brought me down. The second day, I was feeling very, very discouraged, very, very, very sad. And I thought, I don't think I'm going to pass this, and I didn't. I failed, and I failed, and I failed. Finally got to the last day that I could possibly test, and I said, this isn't going to be like those last times. I am going to pass it. I said, you know what, Jesus can help me get through this. I'm just going to pray to him today. I am going to pass the test tomorrow. And I did.
In the Bible, in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13, it says, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength."
My 3-day test, it was really hard. And Jesus helped me through that. I was nervous for it. If you're going through hard things, I suggest that all you need to do is just trust in God and he'll help you. Pray to God and he can get you through anything. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Wow, those were some amazing moves,
Yes.
Kelly. Have you ever done karate?
You mean like this? No, Beth, I have never done karate before, but it was amazing to see how the power of Jesus really helped Dominic conquer something hard, let him not give up, and let him pass his karate test. Have you ever needed the power of Jesus to help you through something hard?
Absolutely. You know, the example that comes to mind for me is in 5th grade, my family moved over the summer. And so I was going to a new middle school. So I knew absolutely no one at that middle school, but I can remember walking to the bus stop that first morning with my little book bag on and getting up there, and I can remember just saying a prayer like, Jesus, please be with me today as I, conquer this new part of life.
That's a great example. I really love that. But Jesus is always with us, and he's always with us, especially when we face something hard in our lives.
Yeah.
And sometimes we miss out on some fun things because we think that they're going to be too hard to do, and we don't rely on Jesus' power to help us through it.
A really cool story that I've heard is about an Olympic gold diver that every time she would go up, and so she'd be up there, really, really high, and she would say something to herself. And so one time a reporter asked her and said, "What are you saying when you go up there?" And she's saying today's Bible verse to give her that strength before she makes the dive.
That is really, really amazing. How cool is that?
Yeah, no, if a gold medalist can do it, then absolutely, I feel like we can do things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Kelly, has there ever been anything that you wanted to do, but you were kind of scared, fearful of doing it because it was hard?
So probably lots of things, right? But what comes to mind the most is I've always had this dream of being able to run a 5K or 10K. But truth be told, that just seems too hard for me to even do. I don't even know where to get started. I don't even think I could make it 100 feet right now. So I would definitely need Jesus' power to help me even get started on that goal.
Wow, Kelly, that is an amazing goal. And I feel like we need to start training for
We
that.
do. We need to start training.
So parents, if you could talk today to your kids about maybe something hard that they have not done, or maybe in the past, something hard that they have conquered, we look forward to possibly hearing some of those examples later. Have a great day.
Bye. Speaking of how Jesus' power helps us through hard things, here's someone right here in our own community that is helping boys and girls each and every day conquer something really hard in their life.
Hi, my name is David. I'm 31, I'm a 3rd degree black belt, and I'm the owner of Breakout Martial Arts.
So my name is Hans. I'm a white belt here, and I like to skateboard, and I come here for summer camp.
Hi, my name is Oliver. I am 7 years old. I am a high yellow belt. Here, we all take classes and have after school. And also, I like to build with the blocks or equipment he has.
My name is Henry, and I need a body, and I go to summer camp Breakout.
The hardest thing I did was probably do a dive roll over something that was a little taller than me.
The hardest thing I know I can do is calming down when I am sad and frustrated.
At Breakout, we teach martial arts, and we strive to help you achieve your workout goals, and we help you with personal character development. So as a coach, it's my job to really know my students and believe in them and motivate and push them, even if they don't believe in themselves that they can do those things.
All right, so today, Mr. Oliver is going to try and break an adult board. An adult board. All right, ready? One, back up. Give me another practice. Ready? 2. Ready? All the way through, loud yell. 3. Nice job, Oliver. Good job, boy.
One, 2,
One shot, bud. High five, man. Nice.
I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. 'Cause God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop. I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
What a great day at VBS we had. What a fun day one. I hope you guys had so much fun riding the rails with us and learning that Jesus' power really helps to keep us on track no matter what kind of things we're facing, because Jesus' power
Helps us do hard things.
helps us do hard things. That's right. Jesus has the power to put just the right people in your life when you need it the most to really help you along sometimes, right? Like your mom or your dad or friends, because Jesus' power
Helps us do hard
things. But I want to share one really important thing with you before we go. I want to talk to you for a moment about God sightings. Do you remember about our God sightings, Emma? Can you tell them at home what God sightings are?
God sightings are like when you see God, like if they were really sick and they feel really better.
Yeah.
That could be one.
That's amazing.
Or you got to see your grandma.
Yep.
Or somebody who was one of your family members who lives far away from you.
Right. Yeah. So
you don't get to see a lot.
That's right. So God sightings are really just opportunities that we have each and every day to watch for God, right? To see Him at work, to see all the ways that He's working right around us, because He's here with us. We might not see Him, but He is right here with us, and He's doing all kinds of amazing, wonderful things around us. We just have to be ready to look for them and to watch for them. So this week, guys, I want you to watch for God, and I want you to share from home your God sightings with us, whether that is a phone call from a friend or a rainbow in the sky or a super fun afternoon in the pool, right? I want you.
Angel cloud.
Oh yeah, sometimes we see angels in clouds, don't we, right? Sometimes we like to watch the clouds and see different shapes that we see, right? That is fun. Because God sightings, again, they're all around us. Jesus has awesome power, and he is ready to share that with us today. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for another fun day of adventure and excitement. But before we leave, can you guys join me in prayer from home? Can you join me in prayer, Emma? All right, ready? Dear God.
Dear God.
Thank you for an exciting adventure.
Thank you for an exciting adventure.
Learning about your power today.
Learning about your power today.
Help us.
Help us.
As we face hard things.
As we face hard things.
In our lives.
In our lives.
I love you.
I love you.
Amen.
Amen.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.